Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome to an episode of Let's Play Pro Wrestling Booker. So we're not playing TEW today, but we're still booking. So what is Pro Wrestling Booker, you might ask? You might not even have heard of this before. Well, I haven't heard of it until just recently. I was trolling the Fantasy Booker subreddit, which I'm sure many of you are, and there was a post about a browser-based booking game that really caught my attention. So, what is Pro Wrestling Booker? Well, Pro Wrestling Booker is a booking game, right? Very similar to like a EWR, Extreme Warfare Revenge. Like you kind of actually look at it; it has a very similar vibe to it, or like which is, if you don't know, it's sort of like an earlier version of TEW. There's kind of a division. Some people really like it, some people really don't. Some people are indifferent to it, but it's sort of like a proto. Total Extreme Wrestling, right? It's got that vibe to it, but it was made earlier, and it does a couple different things differently. So it's definitely got that vibe to it. But the difference is the hook, if you will, is instead of playing single player alone or being forced to do a split screen or screen sharing thing in order to play with multiple people, this is a always online real time booking game. Well, sort of real time. We'll get into that in a second. So it's a persistent world. Think like a World of Warcraft, right? It's the World of Warcraft of wrestling games. Put that on the box. Don't actually, or if you do, I get my name on there. I want my name on the fake box that says Pro Wrestling Booker is the World of Warcraft of wrestling games. Durger, put it on there. Get in contact with me. No, don't actually. So. It's an online persistent world, which means you're playing with other people during the game all the time. So you're not playing against companies that are AI driven or against a computer. You're playing against real people, and you're playing in a shared talent pool. So the same wrestlers that you're competing for are the same ones they are, and so they can steal them from you. You can steal them back from them. You can build up a momentum of somebody, and all of a sudden they come in with a great offer. You can rise and fall from starting from the lowly backyard wrestling feds all the way up to the international. So it's just like TEW, except you're all playing online together, which is really cool. It was really fascinating. So full disclosure, the company that made this game, Motor Tycoon, has given me access to this game. They set me up with a national level company so I can kind of get a little taste of everything. To kind of see what's going on, so I can do pay-per-views and things like that. And so we're going to play it, and we're going to take a look at it. It is available now in a closed beta, like early access. So if you sign up with your PayPal account, you go to their website, which will be in the description below. I think it's $7.99 in pounds, which is like roughly like $10 in American dollars. You could play it right away, and if you guys like what you see, I would recommend jumping in. There's not many companies in here yet. They just kind of started, and I would love to see how the game runs with more companies of various sizes. It'd be interesting to see what the world does. So let's go ahead and let's look at this game. Let's figure this out. I'm going to be kind of looking at this as I go. Just so you know, this is basically an early access game, so it's not feature complete yet. When I talked to the developers, they said it's about roughly 75% of the way there. So most of the features are in here, but I know they just added something today for newsreel, so expect more features to be added over the course of the next weeks or even months. I would probably expect maybe a graphical overhaul too. I know they said that they weren't, they're not really looking at like having a high graphical fidelity, but they might add in like a nice logo, maybe some nice designs or things like that. So know that you're going to be, if you do join into this game, you're going to be in kind of a ever evolving early access state. I mean, if anyone's gotten an early access game, you know the routines at this point. But let's go ahead and let's learn this game and work through it. So what do we need to know about this? Well, first of all, so we're playing with other people right now. How does that work? Because normally in like a TEW, what you end up doing is you end up skipping weeks, months ahead to what you want to book. Well, instead, this is sort of in real time-ish. So every 24 hours in the real world is dilated in the game. So in 24 hours, 3 months pass. So you can see this game's been running, I think, since earlier in the year. They announced it, but they already were kind of running it on like a private server. So we're in year 38 already. And what that means is that the game's played basically in quarters. So if you go into, I believe it's in my office, I want to say. Nope, that's me. That's the other stuff. Right next show. So you can run this amount depending on. So it depends on what size of a company you are, because I have pay-per-view events basically once a month. I could do live events. I could do house shows. Because I'm national, which is a kind of like I guess it'd be similar to like a maybe regional or cult in TEW. I can run pay-per-views. But smaller feds can't do that yet. They can only run live shows and house shows until they develop. So what I would do in a course of 24 hours, I can book all of these, and they will play out over the course of the day. And I will get my results tomorrow, essentially, because 3 months will have passed, and we'll tick up to quarter 4 of year 38. So it's much more condensed in a booking. It's very different in how you would normally book, but it allows the game to progress faster. Same thing when we needed to sign your talent. So I only signed, I think, one person, Blasi Benji, who's a Canadian. So we get our worker stats here. He's male. He's 27 years old. His birth quarter is Q3. So again, instead of months, we're just doing the quarters. And we get some stats. It's like based out of 100. So, he's pretty good. I mean, overall, but he's pretty good at brawling. He's pretty good at tactical. He's got good charisma. Put him in the lower card. You can change where you want to put him. So I just moved him up to mid card, right? You can move him up or down. Type of contract, you can have 2, which is either exclusive or pay per appearance. Well, actually, it's not pay per appearance. It's just non-exclusive. So other people could have them. It's a little bit cheaper. And everything is in pounds, which, is weird for me. I have to get used to that. And then, so you have your amount, and if you wanted to adjust how many quarters he's working, you can offer him contract, but he's going to demand more money. So it's basically like very similar to a TEW, right? Like it's very similar to, we got his morale, we got his attitude, condition, all those features that you would expect are here. The big hook is that we're all playing together online, which would be really cool. So let's go ahead and let's get a roster going. So who are we in the game? So my company, so we're running Epoch Pro Wrestling, or I guess Epic Pro Wrestling, depending on where in the world you are. I've always said Epoch, but I've heard people say Epic. I don't know which one's the right way. But basically, we are the future of wrestling. We are the next evolution. We are the next stage of wrestling. We're based in the United States. We were founded last month. We are national. We only have 25% image. We have about 1.2 million in pounds, which is like about 2.5 million US dollars. We currently spend about $15,000. I'm going to screw that up every time. 15,000 pounds in quarterly wages right now. We don't have any staff. Production value is only 30%. Our advertising value is only 30%. Our ticket prices are low, and we have no live show name, and we do not have a televised deal to a live show. So let's go ahead and let's for today, let's get a roster going. Now, I don't know. Oh, also, I have a CEO who's me. Hi, Durger time. But I don't know who my company assistant. I need to get these yet. So I need to get a head writer, assistant writer, head trainer, road agent, and company assistant yet. They are required to run at this level. At smaller levels, they're not required. So that's one of the advantages of running a smaller one. So let's go ahead and get a staff here. So we have scouts, we have trainers, we have writers. So we need 2 writers. So we're going to want people. So we want high talent people that are going to be better at allowing us to book. Ooh, here's one. 53, Dana Hogan. Wants a lot of money, though. But let's do it. He'll be our head staff writer. Let's do 1 whole year. Let's see if I can get him at... do a signing fee of 70... or is that the... oh, I can't change that, can I? I might not actually be able to change that. Yeah, that just is what it is. What's your job? I don't want you for a trainer, though. Did I grab the wrong one? I thought I was looking at... We go back there. Thought I was looking at... oh, I was looking at trainers, wasn't I? I want writers. So 75. It's not bad. Start that talk. We got a writer. We're going to do 4 quarters. Let's do 8 quarters. Exclusive contract. Go ahead and book that there. They joined. So we need one other writer. Let's go back here to staff. Here's the other writers. So we want somebody else that's pretty good, maybe a little bit cheaper. There's another 75. That's not bad. Morale's fine. So yeah, there we go. So we got a pretty even writing team. We'll do 4 quarters. Sign that up there. Good. Now we need a... who else do we need here? We need a trainer, a road agent, and a company assistant. Then I also need to assign... so Sean is going to be... they're both about the even. They're both got good morale. But Amir is going to be here longer. So let's make him head writer. Assistant writer. There we go. So assistant and head writer, both good in there. They're both working for us. Let's go ahead and now we need to get a trainer. So we want a pretty good trainer. 65 isn't bad. Let's see. I don't want to spend a lot of money. 85. Oh, it costs a lot of money, though. I don't know if I'm up for that. 75 at 12 sounds fine to me. I'm still not used to the money, so I might be completely screwing myself over. We'll see. Or I might be... Oh, you know what? Is he... he might be assigned to somebody else. I didn't look at that. Who is that? I was looking at Darius Jones. Tag. Or did I get him already? No, I didn't get him. Okay, I think he's actually hired by somebody else. So we want something within that range. 70 for 85 doesn't sound bad. Nationality Saudi. I don't think there's a language barrier issues yet. Like I said, they're adding stuff all the time though, so they might be adding things like that. Right now, I don't think that really has any. I think that's just flavor at this point. But the price is good. Their morale's good. Their talent seems good. Oh, I can't actually. I can only do so many in a quarter. So I'm going to have to not be able to take all those people. I'm going to have to slowly build those up. So we're going to be at a deficit there for the day. But let's start hiring some people. So we need a couple main eventers to run. We need a couple mid. We need a couple, and we got one lower already. I like the name Asylum. Are you working for anybody? You're not. Tell me about you, Asylum. You're 38 years old. You're 6'10". You're American. You're a heavyweight. Good charisma. Ooh. You won a lot of money though. But that's fine because you're gonna be a main eventer. Asylum's gonna be one of our main eventers. We're gonna have exclusive contract for 4 quarters. You're gonna be a heel in the main event. And we're gonna negotiate with him. While we're here, let's go ahead and look. Who else can we get here? Dirk Van Dyke. It's a damn good name. 34 years, charisma. Overall, 40. That's overness, not overall. I can read. Overness is 40, so relatively popular right now. Not super popular. 50% momentum, nothing crazy going on. He's a martial artist, finisher, shooting star, press. What's interesting too is it has train by. So I presume that you can actually get people trained up and actually train them yourselves. I'll have to see how that works. We'll go into contract talks with him. Dirk Van Dyke. I think that seems like a good upper mid carder to me. We'll do exclusive for 4 quarters as a face. So we need another main eventer. I think Asylum's a heel, so we should have a face. Some good names. Freight Train, Hammer Fist. Hammer Fist is old. Who's our most over? Who can we get here? Randall Riddle. It's not very over at all. But he might be a good. Actually, he's pretty crappy all around. But you know, we need someone to job too. You're gonna be lower mid carder, 2 quarters, face, heel. There you go. We need Dr. Dread. No, we need a face though. We need a good face. Dr. Dread is not a face. I can tell you that right now. Got a hunch. Got a hunch that Dr. Dread is not a good guy. Coco Cola and Coco Loco. I almost wonder, is that Tama Tonga, Tongaloa? Kind of, almost. It's kind of fun seeing, like, trying to figure out like who's the parallels of these. Mr. Perfection. Ooh, I wonder who that is. Actually, Mr. Perfection might not be a bad. Overness is 70. Yeah. Do they have? All right, he's never wrestled for anybody else though. Figure 4 leg lock. So there's no at least not yet. There's no like measurement for are they good at faces or are they good at heels. It seems like it's just, you know, here's their morale, here's their attitude. So like I said, it's simplified. But the real hook of this game really comes into the fun of playing with other people. So we'll do exclusive. He's probably a lot of money. I'm probably destroying myself slowly. Hardcore Harry. Oh, Hardcore Harry's wrestling with ECW. I see what you did there. Entertainment Championship Wrestling. So he was wrestling there. No, that was his employment history. He's no longer, because it is year 28. So I can actually kind of pick him up here. He sounds like a good mid-carder. Hardcore Harry. Exclusive for 4 quarters. So we can start building these up here. I wonder if these guys are all available or whether they are just, or if this is the total pool. So far, I've not encountered anybody that's currently employed to anybody. So I'm presuming this is the available. Yes, it says available workers. So this is the people that are available. Another male American, Gary Gunn, 6'2", not very over, but it's got some good skills here. It could be a good mid carder. Let's just do general mid carder. Not upper. 4 quarters. Gary Gunn sounds like a good heel. And we can always change it later. Okay, so Offer contract. There you go. What is our roster looking like at this point? So we got a small roster. I think we need a few more. Maybe one more upper, maybe two more lowers, and maybe two mids. So let's go look at that. What's our money at? We just a huge chunk of money. But let's get a roster. Let's get going with a roster here. Let's go back to talent. Adrian Barr. 14,000's not bad. Not very over, but really good brawler. Young too. Let's do this. This is a good lower mid carder, I think. Oop. Let me go back in here. Who else we got here? AKA Deadman. Cost a lot. Kind of want some cheapos, though. Is what I kind of want. So I don't have a good judge yet of how much money is a lot and how much money isn't. Okay, well, that's a lot. Colonel Kadafar. Oh boy, I'm just butch. Now I'm gonna bother. $51,000 a quarter. 51,000 pounds a quarter. It's like $100,000 a quarter. Seems like a lot. Well, actually, I guess now it's like 75,000. It's still a lot of money though. Cyrus, Australian, 15. Yeah, there we go. That ain't bad. Enter contract. Let's do exclusive 4 quarters. Lower card. Okay. So we got some people. Let's go ahead and try to book a show. Let's take a look at what each of these is, just so we get an idea. So we could do matches, interviews, house show, or we could start it. So let's start a match. We'll do 1-on-1. Singles, and we'll do... Oh, right, we need titles. Boy, we got a lot to do to set this up here first. We got to have a company title. So we have the Epoch Universal Championship, because we're not just the future of wrestling on the world, we're the future of wrestling everywhere. And that's going to be our heavyweight championship for the main event. So let's do another one here. Let's do a mid-card title. Still heavyweight. I mean, we're not going to deal with weight class. We'll do Epoch US Championship. New title's been created, and it'll show up in a second. So now we got 2 titles. We can book that. So, let's get it. Anything else we want here? We could do feuds, so we could set up a feud between people. So we'll set up a feud between Mr. Perfection and Asylum. And then we'll do Dirk Van Dyke versus Cyrus, just to have a feud going on here to kind of take a look at this. Yeah, there they are. Few details. So you get the details. You can see how many feuds are, what the heat is on it, if anything's going on there, so you can kind of change it around. What's this button do? The library. This gives us our information of who our top 10s are in the world. So ECW has all the top players right now. We got the most attended pay-per-views and stuff like that, highest paid workers, things like that. So yeah, spending a lot of money on there, guys. Okay, let's book a show. I think we have enough to book a live show. So now, like, technically, you could do up to all of these, right? Because it's each quarter. So there's 3 pay-per-views, up to 24 house shows, up to 12 live events. You don't have to do each of those. You can just, that's the maximum you can do. So let's write a new match. Let's do Asylum versus Mr. Perfect for the Epoch Universal Championship. And then now we get set up who wins, how they win. Asylum wins by cheating, and you can set up a little bit of like what the aftermath is. And we'll have them brawl to the back, and what the purpose of the result is, which will be to build the feud. So there we go. Match is booked. So now we go back to the live event. We can write a new match. I don't know how many matches you can have in an event. Let's have a triple threat between Blaze Benji, Cyrus, and Randall Riddle. Non-title fight. And we'll have Blaze win, and nothing else really happen, and nothing really going on over there. All right. So we can have an interview. So we could do singles workers with manager, authority, tag team. So, it's got the basic functionality that you would expect from some sort of a booking thing. Interview participants. So let's do an interview with Mr. Perfection, where he talks crap about Asylum, and it'll be in backstage, and it'll be build the feud again, because we want to build that up. And who else did we have for? We had a load match. It was Dirk Van Dyke versus Cyrus, I think. And we'll have that for the US. Load that up. We'll have Cyrus win cleanly. Winner celebrates. Match booked. So let's see. So that's one event, right? So now, these were the segments for the televised event. So we could do EPW. What should our show be called? Revolution. In the United States. So, okay, so all the matches that we made are now sort of in this setup. So we can do Benji, Cyrus, and Randall as the show opener, the interview, and then the main event. I don't know if we do more. Okay, so you can only book. So again, it's more simplified. You can only book, it looks like, 3 segments in a live event. So why don't we do Dirk Van Dyke versus Cyrus, Mr. Perfection targets Asylum, and then Asylum versus Mr. Perfection. There we go. And now we have our event. And let's go ahead and take a look at our live event here. So, live event stats. We attended 2,000 people. Our gate money was £36,000, and our merchandise sales were $2,000. At the beginning of the segment of the show, we have a singles match between Dirk Van Dyke versus Cyrus for the Epoch US Championship. Cyrus and Dirk Van Dyke circle each other. Cyrus goes and grapples Dirk Van Dyke, lands a stiff kick to the midsection. Hammer fist after hammer fist is landed to the back of Cyrus. An Irish whip to the ropes as Dirk Van Dyke leans over for a back body drop, but it is countered by Cyrus with a kick to the chest, kick to the stomach, and then Cyrus sets up Dirk Van Dyke for a suplex. Just as Dirk Van Dyke manages to get his feet, Cyrus bounces off the ropes and delivers a hard clothesline. This could be it. Cyrus makes a signaling pump for the crowd. 1, 2, 3. It is all over. Cyrus goes cleanly, and that's so fun. I love that. I love this little match setup. That's. I wish TEW gave you a little bit of reading for how the match goes, and that is so cool. I wonder how much variety there is there. That's neat. Crowd reactions 38%, technical rating. So and we get a star rating. So 3.5 stars. I wonder how far the stars go up. I wonder if we get a 6 stars, 7 stars, 8 stars. Get some star breaking segments. Then we have just the building the feud up. So the interviews don't really get that nice thing. And then the Universal Championship. So not every match, it looks like, gets a build. Crowd reaction 43%, rating 83.5. So both matches about evenly rated. 72%. It's about a C minus, which is I don't know how that is, but it doesn't seem horrible. And then you can start new events, so you can kind of run new ones. Let's do a pay-per-view too. So I kind of wanted to see what the difference is. So we did 1 out of 12. So you can do up to 12 of them. So ideally, how you would play this game is you would book all of them to try to build things up and then have a certain amount. So let's just go ahead for the sake of seeing how this goes. So you can have opening match, second match, and a main event. So we can do up to 3. So let's do a match. Let's do a one-on-one between Asylum and Mr. Perfection. We will have Universal Championship match. And we will have Mr. Perfection win cleanly. And the winner gets beat down, though, to build the feud. So we'll switch the belt out. That'll be our main event. Let's do a one-on-one between Gary Gunn, Hardcore Harry, and Randall Riddle in a non-title fight. And we'll have let's have Hardcore Harry win cleanly, and winner celebrates and put winner over. And then we'll do a one-on-one between Cyrus and Dirk Van Dyke. We'll have Cyrus retain, and we'll have them have a shake hands to put on a good match. Okay. So very basic booking prospects here. You're not going to get a lot that you can do here. But it's about building up that long-term booking, right? It's about playing and bouncing back and forth with the other players that are playing. So we're going to be in the North America region. So they're broken out into regions for the pay-per-views. Opening match will be the 3-way. Then we'll have Cyrus, and then we'll have Asylum versus Mr. Perfection. So, and then we'll have what will we call this? Epocalypse. Ha. Ha ha ha. I hate myself. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at this pay-per-view. So 2,000 people appeared. Gate money 39,000. A triple threat match puts over cleanly. 3.5 stars. We have our big match rating here. 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars. So overall, we're still getting the same thing. So we might have to hire a better person to look at it. 72%. So we might want to get a. And we can look at previous ones. So Apocalypse, we can see our pay-per-view details again if we need to. I wonder if these. Okay, no, you have to do it one for each one. So, and I'm presuming a house show probably only has like a match, show opener, interview, main event, very similar to live TV show. So how it would work would be you would book all of these in a day. That would be your entire quarter. And you would get the results, and then you would see how you rank with the other companies. So we have some global companies here. We have another global. We have another national. So really, the Great British Wrestle Off is who I'm kind of competing with in the space right now, because they're another national. So you kind of would play with that, and obviously you can also see who their most popular wrestlers are. So I can maybe try to scout this guy and take him off. Very exciting prospect for a game. I think we'll do a couple playthroughs of it to kind of play around, and definitely do some updates here and there. I want to see how it develops. I would like to see what it looks like when more players are playing. So if the idea of an online game intrigues you, I'd recommend taking a look at it. You know, the price is right. It's only $10. It's not gonna break the bank for you. It'll be very exciting to see how things develop in the game. You know, you get mail and stuff. You get the news. So I mean, you get all the features that you expect from a wrestling booking game, but the advantage and the interesting gimmick to it, or the interesting appeal to it, is that you could play with other players. So I mean, I definitely would like to play with other players. I'd like to see what would happen in this game when you have a whole bunch of people kind of pushing each other back and forth in the booking scene. It should be pretty interesting. So we'll definitely check back with this game and see what's going on. And I think we'll do maybe another show soon to actually book a whole quarter, and we definitely need to build up our roster here. So I will see you guys next time. That was Pro Wrestling Booker. Thanks for watching.